You know, we're all eager for springtime to come, aren't you? Well, so is Hunkdory, and we have 2 new items from them.
We have a Happy Days Deluxe Card Kit and a little book of quotes and wisdom, and we're going to show you how to use those.
So, come play with us. Well, here are the 2 kits you talked about.
Here they are, the Happy Days Deluxe Card Collection and the little book of quotes and wisdom.
Right, so we're going to start with Happy Days first.
Let's do that.
There are 33 foil die cuts, and you can see that they pop out very easily.
They really have kind of a spring look to them, lots of butterflies and flowers.
Really very pretty art, and each excuse me, each of the sheets is slightly different, both in theme and in color.
Right, there are borders, tags.
And birthday, happy day.
With all my love.
And just for you. Isn't that just spring? Spring is on its way, believe it or not.
Definitely.
And this is really fun with the typewriter and flowers.
Isn't that great? I love the tiny little flowers everywhere. This is kind of a fun one. If you get in close on this little laptop or computer, down on the keys you can pick out Sent with Love. I just think that's so cute. Attention to detail in lots of Hunkdory's artwork.
Right. A note to say, there's another one. So large focals, small accents, we've got the sentiments. Then we have 4 foiled sheets. This, of course, is the adorable scoreable. Now, this is silver. As you can see, very, very pretty. Beautiful. Sometimes it's an all over like that. Sometimes it's at the border. This says for you. That little bird is fluttering across that sheet.
And they're large enough you can cut them in half, into quarters. You can use strips, so it'll really go a long ways with your card making.
Absolutely. And then we have 4 that are not foiled, but are, of course, duplicating the art. Very sweet. Very, very pretty. So that is our first one. Let's go into some projects.
Let's do that.
So here's just a perfect example. Now, we use the 5 by 6.5 inch cards because, well, a couple reasons. Number one, it gives you a larger surface from which to create. Also, it's the largest size that you can mail with regular postage in the U.S. So.
That is a good point.
Yeah, and it just, although it's a larger size, look how few pieces you really need to make a sweet little card.
True. One of the things I like about this card is taking that adorable scoreable and not completely covering the card, but leaving a 1/4 inch mat all around. So now you've got that beautiful white edge showing, and then you can use that border die cut all the way across the card. I just think that's a great look.
And then just foam tape the sentiment. And of course the mat is the card itself, so you don't have to do another step.
Add some beautiful pink jewel dazzles really simply.
Makes it easy. And here we have a second card. Now this, love the giant circle, and fun to have an oval right on top of it, kind of in that area where there wasn't a kite.
Right.
And this becomes an easel card. So, like
Very simply. We've seen easels quite a bit this week for our week of Webisodes. So, real simple to create. I love using just a small die cut foam taped on there to hold that easel in place.
Right. And this is, I believe, trimmed down to be a 5-inch square card. Now, you mentioned on the first one and on this one, they're both using jewel dazzles, pink and blue, and they just add a bit of a touch and used in the corners
down in an area where you might not know, if it wasn't there, if I cover that up, that little corner, you've just got the cardstock back there and you don't really look. And once you do that, it sort of draws your eye, and it's just a nice balance.
And speaking of drawing your eye, these are not just for card makers, scrapbookers. We love you too. And isn't that pretty? So it's just on a large paper. Now this is 12 by 12, but this is the 8 and I think it's 8 1/4 by 11 3/4.
11 and pretty close. And if that's not it, that's very close. There's also some cardstock used here. I can see craft cardstock backing this piece, so that you've got a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, then you've got a nice mat on both sides of that. And I definitely love those border dazzles. going all the way along there. It makes a really nice edge.
And this has got, just as you can see getting in close there, that combination of the die cuts is just really, really fun. A nice complement to that photo.
It is. Plus, it's done your journaling for you. That's quick, easy, done. I mean, how many scrapbooking pages do you have to sit down and do this? A quick one.
There you go.
Okay.
And I do love the idea of doing the Adorable Scoreable as the supersize match. You could trim it if you wanted to, leave it to cover it. It just does a really, really nice job. And as you said, the white border dazzles just do a nice job of accenting all of that.
Right,
now,
the photo as well.
Yes,
really
very
cute.
much so. Now here is, whoops, I'm not going to show you that
We're
because
going to get into
that's what the next one.
Our little book of quotes and wisdom. This is also a Hunkdory product, and wait till you see how thick this is.
Look at that. Just, it's a honkin' thing.
It is honkin' because there's 144 pages in there. You're going to get 36 quotes,
right,
4 of each.
And as I flip through, you can see a whole bunch. Now, I have tabbed some that were my favorites, so I'm going to show you those.
Lots of different artwork styles. That's what's fun about these.
Someday you'll be old enough to start reading fairy tales again. C.S. Lewis, isn't that fun?
And you get 4 of those, so you don't have to worry about using it.
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible, by Audrey Hepburn.
That's a great one.
And age is merely the number of years the world has been enjoying you.
So these are really fun.
A party without cake is just a meeting. I think we need to do that around here.
They're fun, and just in those samples you saw how different that the artwork is. So these are great for different occasions. They're great for different kinds of paper if you want to pair them with cardstock. Simple to cover a card. They measure 4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, so that's a great focal, like so.
And what they do is just provide a card so easily. Not only a card, you could use these for the journaling on your scrapbook pages.
Oh, sure.
You just talked about that. It's, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Martin Luther King.
So great quote, and just beautiful imagery there. This is with those beautiful roses. Add some border dazzles around the edge of it, a few jewel dazzles, and that's a finished card.
Isn't that pretty?
Right.
Now here is another one.
Oh, and that's from the other set. Oops.
Is it from the other set?
Yeah, it is, but this is a neat one. So we wanted to show you this one from the other set. And I like it, and once you open it, you'll see why I like it.
You could just open it like that.
I love that. What I love about this, with the cutaway card, and let me show you a blank card here. So you've got that front panel, and all you do is cut it down. That's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So you've got that top part. And then you use the Adorable Scoreable that has the border art on it on the inside, and then use a different piece of it for that front panel. And that just gives you a very coordinated look.
So it kind of does double duty. It's the border on the inside and on the front.
Exactly.
And sorry, I got those out of sequence.
That's all right. That's what I like about cutaway cards. That's a pretty cute one. Okay, back to the quotes and wisdom. Look how unique this is. I love that it was used in a completely different way.
Yes, I do too. This is the interlocking cards, and really this is to illustrate, as this card does, just the nice large size. You can use it completely as it is, as it was done on this card, or you can cut it apart, and that's what was done on this one. So let your dreams take flight. Isn't that pretty?
And here's the interlocking part of that.
And then you can put something on the inside.
Leave it to write on or what have you. And I just, so
beautiful.
So use your own papers, or get some. These are the Rose Garden papers. You can use those to cover those front panels. There are paper patterns that come with the cards, or you can download for that. And then I also, while that was cut out, I believe there was a butterfly on the other part of that piece. Cut it out separately and foam tape it on for an additional little embellishment. Okay,
and I could, if I could find that one, I would. But this is, this is another idea.
Like
so it's got your phrase, your words of wisdom, and then you've got extra art. So that's going to be true on some of them. So
cut them apart and use them on the same card in different ways. You can make small tags out of some of these phrases.
Yeah, and you've got vertical as well as horizontal. Just really, really, really sweet. So lots of options, lots of opportunities with
of fun uses with the little book of quotes and wisdom and the Happy Days Hunky Dory card topper set.
And also for scrapbooking.